Okay, I see there are a few of us here already, so I think we will get started. Whoever joins along the way can just join in. Hello everyone, welcome. For those of you that haven't practiced with me before or might not know me, my name is Bianca and I'll be guiding you through the next 45 minutes of a nice, slow, vinyasa based flow. We'll just concentrate on balancing out the muscles in our body and balancing the energies. So if there is any issues, any questions, anything at all as we go, please do just put it in the chat and I'll try and get to them as soon as possible. If there's any problems with audio, visual along the way, sometimes technology likes to do its own thing, just do let me know. Okay, so we'll start in a nice comfortable seat, rooted and grounded on our sitting bones. Sitting up nice and tall. Gently resting the hands on top of the knees, and your choice either facing the palms down. If you are working towards a sense of grounding, the sensation of feeling centered, or otherwise you can also turn the palms to face upwards in a gesture of receiving and surrender. So whatever calls to you today. And then wherever you are, close the eyes, stacking spine on top of pelvis, head and neck on top of the spine. Drawing yourself inwards, observing and noticing the breath. Easy inhales, easy exhales. As you start to lengthen and slow the breath down, sending the breath deep into the lower part of the belly. Expand the belly, the chest, the ribs with your inhalations. Filling the body with air completely, and as you exhale, allow the chest, the ribs and the belly to float back down. Expelling and emptying out the body. Feel this lightness as you inhale, almost as the body drifts up. And feel the grounding, heavy sensation as you exhale, rooting down into the floor. Take 3 more like that together. We inhale through the nose. Drawing ourselves to this present moment as we exhale, heavy and down. 2 more, inhale, light and up. Exhale, heavy and down. Last time, inhale, sensation of floating. Exhale, sensation of sinking. We take this moment now to set an intention for our practice. And as I said earlier, today's practice is themed around the idea of balancing. Balancing the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body. And through balance, we work with the opposites, the idea of polarity. In the same way of heavy and light, sinking and floating, the the two extremes. We find the central point of balance. Once you have set your intention, you can gently bring the palms on top of the heart space. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, sinking the chin down towards the chest, hanging the head heavy. Beautiful. From here we inhale, arms to rise, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. We take the head over towards the right, using the right hand to gently guide the head. We stretch the left arm out towards the side. Inhale, fingertips come up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, fingertips point down to the floor. Inhale, fingertips up. You should feel quite a deep stretch here, maybe even slightly into the nose. Exhale, fingertips down. One more. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, fingertips down. As you inhale, taking that left elbow, bending it behind the head. Right arm swims all the way behind you, and we try and see if we can capture the fingertips. So maybe taking a grip here if you can reach. Otherwise, just crawling the fingertips as close together as they can. As we inhale, we lift the chest, we lift the gaze slightly. And now think of hugging this elbow into the side of the head. Getting a beautiful stretch along the tricep. Taking left arm now up and across the body, right arm hugging underneath. And then bending left arm, wrapping around the back of the neck. Inhale here. As you exhale, twist over towards the right. So deepening into the deltoid stretch, the outer blade of the shoulder, and slightly into the spine. Beautiful. We unwrap. We twist all the way around towards the left, gazing over the back shoulder. Inhale, back arm rises next to the ear. As you exhale, side bend over. So we're in a twist and a side bend all at the same time. Stunning, coming back to center, inhale. Spread the fingers, lift the gaze slightly. Exhale out. Gently rock the head back, hanging it nice and heavy once again. Inhale, we lift the gaze, we spread the arms. This time taking the head over towards the left. As we inhale, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fingertips facing down. Inhale, fingertips coming up. Exhale, fingertips down. Think of sinking the shoulders away from the ears. One more, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let go, taking right elbow now, bending it and swimming the left arm all the way behind you. This side might be slightly different. Taking a grip if you can, otherwise crawling the fingertips as far together as you can. As we inhale, we lift the chest, we lift the gaze slightly, and we hug the right elbow next to the ear. Breathe in, inhale. Breathe out, exhale. Taking arm all the way across now. So right arm across. And the right arm hugs all the way around the back of the neck. So just cupping the back of the neck with the hand. Inhale here. As we exhale, we twist towards the left. Inhale. Exhale, twisting all the way around to the right, gazing over the back shoulder. As we inhale, back arm lifts, so it should be a right arm. As you exhale, you side bend over. Beautiful, coming back to center. Inhale, spread the arms once again, bending elbows, gazing up slightly. And then from here, we're going to take the arms all the way behind us, onto the fingertips, open the chest, hang the head heavy behind you. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, folding forward, reaching fingertips all the way forward. Rolling over the shins, find a child's pose. So big toes to touch, knees out nice and wide. Resting forehead onto the mat. Inhale, taking your right arm up and over, half bind across the lower back. So reaching right fingertips to the crease of the left hip. Gently and slowly just switching out the arms, left arm rises up and across the lower back. With your next inhale, reaching both fingertips forward once again. Lifting the gaze slightly, crawling the body all the way forward and coming onto the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest, Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes, relax the lower body, maybe move the hips from side to side. And you want to think here, spreading the fingers and really almost pulling the chest through the arms. As you inhale, lift, and as you exhale, sink the top of the head down, curling the spine slightly, and maybe the pelvis or the front of the hips lifts off the floor. 3 more like that. Inhale, we lift, think of pulling the chest forward. Exhale, we round. So slightly into the abdominals, a contraction. Twice more, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale. Now as you exhale, coming all the way back, find a tabletop position. Just 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Think of articulating the spine, mobilizing the spine, moving 1 vertebrae at a time. 1 more of each. Move with your breath. Beautiful. From here we tuck the toes. Inhale, as we exhale, we sink the hips back slightly. So a bit more of an active child's pose here. Just stretching the backs of the feet. And then you can walk the hands closer to the body, coming onto the haunches, hanging the head nice and heavy. We look towards the right, we look towards the left. Looking towards the center, inhale, lift the gaze slightly. As you exhale, find a forward fold. Lifting sitting bones up towards the ceiling, keeping a nice generous bend in the knees. Find a ragdoll position, holding onto opposite elbows, and then swinging from right to left, slowly and gently, if you feel you want to. You can move into the hips, again mobilizing. We slowly come back to center, left fingertips come down in between the feet. As you inhale, straighten the right knee and gaze up, lifting right arm. Exhale, coming back to your forward fold. Inhale, left arm rises, left leg straightens. Exhale, back forward fold. 1 more of each. Inhale, right arm, right leg. And from here, if you would like, you can take a half bind once again. Slowly coming back to center, left side. Taking that half bind. And back to center once again. Slowly and mindfully, we start to walk the hands slightly more forward, finding a downward facing dog. Keeping your knees bent in your down dog. Maybe straightening one leg, straightening the other. Finding some movement here.
And then we find some stillness. Again, keep the knees bent if you need to. The aim here is to flatten out the lower back, so we really want to lift the sitting bones up to the ceiling. Hanging the head, shake the head out, nod it out, relax the back of the neck. As you inhale, rising up with the right leg, three-legged dog. Open the hip gently and slightly, creating some circles with the ankle here. In one direction and then in the other. Beautiful. Looking forward, we're going to take the right leg, square the hip off, and then stepping right leg all the way forward to the outer edge of the mat, so that both hands are the inside of the foot, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee here and tuck the toes. As you inhale, rising up with the chest, coming onto the tips of the fingers if you need to. Think of sinking the hips down. Inhale, we sweep right arm all the way up and back, gazing to the back fingers. Bringing hand to the inside of the right knee. Inhale. As you exhale, gently pushing onto the outer blade of the foot, we guide the hips more open. And be very gentle. Move with your body and honor where your body is at. Gently and slowly coming back to center. Inhale, lifting the chest up slightly. As you exhale, half Hanuman, half split. Keeping the hands to the inside of the leg, so it's a bit of a wider stance. Flexing right toes up towards your face. As you inhale, exhale, curl the fingertips even more forward and fold the forehead down. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, coming up slightly. We sweep the right leg all the way around and to the back, and then we open into a supported side plank. So you might be opposite to me. Your right leg is straight behind you, your right arm is straight up and over. If you would like, you can float that foot off of the floor slightly. And then coming all the way up towards center, inhale. Exhale, reaching fingertips forward, almost a puppy's pose variation. So the idea here is to sink the chest down to the floor. So I'll just turn side on so you can see what my back is doing. My hips are still stacked on top of the knee, and we're sinking the hips or the chest down. Beautiful. Take a big inhale. Take an exhale. With your next inhale, gently crawling the hands back towards center, coming all the way up. Inhale. Sweeping the arms towards the left. Taking the right leg all the way forward once again, finding Anjanasana this time, lifting the arms, low crescent lunge. Clasping the hands, placing the hands on top of the front thigh. We inhale, we lift out of the hips slightly, tucking the back toes, and as we exhale, we sink the hips down. You are welcome to stay here. If you would like to go a little bit more, bending the back knee, think of taking and guiding the heel in towards the glute. Right arm lifts up and over, taking hold of either the ankle or the top of the foot. And you can place the left hand down for balance if you need to. Quad stretch, guiding the heel even closer to the glute, closer to the pelvis. Beautiful, everyone. Gently, without slingshotting the leg, coming back to center. Tucking the back toes, straightening the knee, low lunge. Inhale here. As we exhale, stepping back, find a downward facing dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. One more, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Again, you can bend the knee, open the hip, and take some ankle rotations here. So we're just repeating everything we've just done on the left. Aiming to find balance in the body, but also knowing that right and left are very different. We are asymmetrical beings. So the sensations also might be different. Slowly coming back to center. Inhale as you exhale, stepping forward with the left foot, runner's lunge. Hands to the inside of the foot. Dropping the knee, untuck the toes. Coming onto the fingertips, lift the chest slightly, sinking the hips down. We take left arm up, inhale, and as we exhale, we gaze towards the back, fixing the gaze over fingertips. Holding here for a moment. Beautiful. Left hand comes to the inside of left knee. And then as you exhale, coming to the outer blade of the left foot and guiding the knee and the hip open. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently coming back to center, inhale, back to your runner's lunge. As you exhale, wide-legged Hanumanasana, half split. From here, coming up slightly, we take the left leg all the way around towards the back. And we find ourselves in an extended or supported side plank. So we're on our right knee this time, left leg extended, left arm extended, opening the left ribs and the left side body. Beautiful. As we inhale, coming up center. As we exhale, finding that puppy's pose or gait variation. Sinking chest all the way down. Slowly and gently coming back up with your next inhale. Taking leg all the way forward once again. And we come into our Anjanasana. Inhale. We tuck the toes. And if you would like, you can go a little bit further, taking right heel towards the glute. Maybe you want to reach up and over, capture the top of the foot and guide it closer towards the pelvis. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. Without slingshotting the leg, gently coming back to center. We find a low lunge, lifting the back knee, planting the hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Breathe here, inhale and exhale. This time we gently crawl the hands back towards the feet, to the back of the mat. Heel toe the feet together. Taking a peace finger grip around the big toes. So index finger and middle finger wrap around the big toes. As we inhale, we take a halfway lift, straightening the knees, flattening out the back. And exhale, forward fold. Rolling up through one vertebra at a time. Inhale all the way up. Taking hold of opposite elbows behind the spine. Inhale, slide back, bend, lift the chest. And then coming back to center. Right knee hugs in towards the chest. Finding a moment of balance on the left foot. Figure four standing. crossing ankle over the knee, sinking the hips down. And the more you bend that bottom knee, maybe you can find a connection of elbows onto the front shin. Take an inhale and an exhale. Slowly coming up, inhale. We take that right foot, we step it forward, gazing up towards the fingertips. Inhale as you exhale, folding forward, pyramid pose. Revolve pyramid, inhale, lifting right arm up. Taking left fingertips either on top of the right foot or to the outer blade, so to the right side of the right foot. Inhale, standing all the way up, pressing through the feet, pressing through the toes, gazing to the back arm. And then if you would like, you can throw in a little back bend. Switching on the ankles and the feet as you balance here. Gently taking the hands all the way down. Stepping back once again into your forward fold. Peace finger grips around the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up, roll the spine up. Slight back bend. And exhale, folding all the way. Roll the spine up once again. This time taking left knee into the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Standing figure 4, ankle crosses over right thigh, just above the kneecap. Bending the right knee and sinking the hips down as you try and find a connection, elbows towards the lower leg. You should feel a really nice stretch on the outer side of the hip, the glute of the left side. As you inhale, coming back to one-legged Tadasana for a moment, and then stepping forward, gazing up, inhale, exhale, find your pyramid pose. If you're finding the balance a little bit tricky, then maybe you want to widen your stance, so just making the feet, there's more distance in between the feet and the legs. Oh, I see the sun is streaming in here, so just staying in your pyramid, taking an inhale and an exhale. Revolving your pyramid, this time left arm rises, right hand to the outside of the left foot, and then pressing through the feet, coming up to stand, gazing over the back hand. And if you would like, you can tip it over, find a slight back bend. Windmill the arms all the way around and down, stepping back, crawling the hands out into a downward faced dog. Inhale here, exhale. Lifting the heels, coming onto the balls of the feet as you inhale, and as you exhale, roll through the spine, moving nice and slow. Coming into a high plank, holding here for an inhale. Sink the hips down, creating one long line from the top of the head to the heels, holding for an exhale. Bringing the weight into the left hand, we lift the right arm up, side plank. If this is too much for you and you want to just go into supported plank, you can lower the left knee down to the floor. Any and all variations welcome. Take a moment to play around here. Maybe you want to lift the leg. Beautiful. Coming back to high plank, onto the other side, onto the right hand, lifting left arm up. Playing around, taking any and all variations. And then when you are ready, coming back to high plank. Hanging cobra. As we exhale, we lower the pelvis down to the floor. Still keeping the toes tucked behind us. Lifting the chest up. And lifting the gaze. Gently and slowly placing knees down, sinking down into your active child's pose. Take an inhale, take an exhale. Back to tabletop position we go. Keep the toes tucked. Inhale as you exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting right leg up towards the ceiling. And coming into your half pigeon. Right shin floating forward. Knee behind right wrist. Ankle behind left wrist. Taking fingertips next to you. And then gazing over the left shoulder just to check that the back foot, the ankle, the knee and the hip are all nicely aligned. Squaring off the hips, we think of bringing left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, lifting up and out of the hips, press through the fingertips. As you exhale, fold forward into the full expression of your half pigeon. And this can maybe look a little bit different for everyone depending on where you are at today. If you want something a bit more restorative, you're welcome to just rest the head in between the hands. You can also stack both fists on top of each other, forehead on top of fists. And if you would like, you can reach all the way forward, resting forehead onto the mat. We're going to be here for a little while longer. So I really want you to concentrate on softening the body, especially the muscles around the pelvis, around the hips. Releasing and relaxing the pelvic floor. Think of that sinking sensation again as the pelvis sinks lower and lower down towards the ground. Feeling the heaviness in the whole body. You're welcome to stay here if you would like. A little added layer to this. You can take the hands over towards the right, stacking left hand on top of right, and then fold the forehead down, finding a beautiful stretch along the left side of the body. Now I'll give you a few moments to play around here. Move your body in whichever way you would like. If that means maybe moving the hips around, maybe you want to bend the back leg once again, capture the top of the foot. There's no right or wrong. There's no certain way that this has to look. Just do what feels good, do what feels juicy, do what feels right in your body. And then when you are ready, we'll all meet back at center, pressing ourselves up gently, tuck the back toes, coming to a three-legged dog, right leg rises, just shake the leg out slightly, and then downward facing dog once again. Left leg rises, inhale, exhale, pigeon pose. Same setup as before. Just allowing the shin to fall in front of you where it will. Gazing over the back shoulder, checking the ankle, the knee, the hip. Squaring hips off, so right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, up slightly out of the hips as you exhale, fold. Once again, your choice as to how you want this to look and feel. So making it as active, as passive, or as restorative as you would like. If you did so on the other side, taking the hands now over towards the left, stacking the right arm on top of the left, and finding a beautiful stretch along the right side of the body. And then moving in any way you would like. Treating this side as its own individual entity. So maybe this side calls for something different, something you didn't do on the other side. That's totally fine. And then we all meet back in center, pressing through the hands, lifting left foot, shaking it out, coming back to a downward facing dog, releasing the knees down to the floor and sitting up all the way, finding a toe stretch. So keep the toes tucked behind you. We stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Gently coming forward, untuck the toes. Maybe you want to tap the tops of the feet onto the floor. And then shifting the feet out from underneath you, come to sit onto the sitting bones. Shuffling the bum slightly more forward onto your mat. Inhale, lifting the arms up all the way. As you exhale, reach forward. Finding a bit more of an active forward fold. So if you can, and your hamstrings are open enough, you can actually think of cupping the hands underneath the soles of the feet. If this is not where your body is at today, you can just rest the hands on top of the legs and think of straightening the top of the head to the opposite wall. So it's that same sensation of sticking the sitting bones out behind you. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we drop the head all the way, we fold forward and we start to roll the spine down. As slow as you can, 1 vertebra at a time. Reaching hands up and over, take a full body stretch. Pointing the toes. And then exhale, knees come in towards the chest. Slowly dropping the head back down, feet to touch. Bringing arms bent behind you, resting the head in between the hands, and then just drop both knees towards the right. If you would like, you can also take right ankle and place it onto the outer side of the left leg, just for an extra added weight to bring that left knee down to the floor. One more round of breath, inhale, exhale. Slowly coming back to center, and then taking the legs over towards the left, same thing. If you did so on the other side, you can stack that ankle on top of the opposite leg, guiding the knee lower down. And then take a big inhale, exhale out. Gently and slowly coming back to center. Give yourself one tight squeeze, one last little squeeze. Contract your whole body, full body embrace as you inhale. And then sigh it out as you exhale. Release the body down. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Shavasana. Take a moment to readjust yourself on your mat, aligning the spine in the center of the pelvis, center of the head and neck. Bringing the feet at least mat width distance apart, flopping the toes out to the side. Relax the legs completely and softening through the joints, through the muscles. Taking the arms nice and wide, palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. And then close the eyes if they aren't already. Drawing your attention and your awareness once again back to the present moment. Drawing your attention and your awareness back to your breath. And becoming curious now of the sensations in the body and how it might feel a little bit different than it did in the beginning of the practice. And then maybe there's parts of the body that feel exactly the same, and that's okay too. There is no right or wrong here. We'll take 5 breaths here together to close our practice off. We inhale through the nose, and we exhale outside of the mouth. Inhale through the nose, side out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, side out the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. If you have a few more moments, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want or need it. Enjoy this time to simply just be. And when, if you are ready to come out of it, you can gently wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, rocking the head from side to side, still keeping the eyes closed. Introducing some micro movements into the body. And gently rolling over to any side. Before slowly pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keeping eyes closed, we all join together, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe the same way we started, either palms facing down or palms facing up. Giving thanks to your practice today, to your body, to your breath. When you're ready, you can bring the palms to touch, thumbs at your sternum, Anjali Mudra. And bow forehead to fingertips, close the practice off. Thank you all so much for joining me today. From me to you, lots of gratitude and appreciation. If you did enjoy this session, you can follow my profile and keep up to date with any future live classes I'll be teaching. I try and teach at least twice a week, and I play around with times and days, so it is easiest just to give my profile a follow and you'll receive a direct notification of when my classes are happening. Thank you all so much for all the love, for all those of you that have donated in this session and previous sessions. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think I just want to emphasize that the donations really do make a difference to the teachers teaching on the app and to build our businesses and all that. And just to spread the word and the practice of yoga and of meditation and of all the wonderful things. Other than that, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you, Kathy. I hope I'm saying that right. Kate, Kathy.